Hey guys, good morning. So today what I decided to do, because it's Saturday, I don't have anything else to do, is I've still got a few minutes of Smash Brothers footage I'm allowed to show, and I know that it's the type of stuff I would probably want to see, because I remember following Brawl through its release and looking at every update and just obsessing over little details. So what I've done is I've gone through and captured actually some stuff from the game that people have requested to see. And I'm just going to sort of comb through it. I'm using every second of footage I'm allowed to use here. So yeah, without further ado, here is about 6.5 more minutes of Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. Enjoy. So I still have not been able to get over just how beautiful these menus are, even though you cannot tilt them anymore with the C-stick. That is something that I'm sure I'll get over eventually, but right now I just, it just is going to keep bugging me that I can't use the C-stick to sort of subtly tilt the interface. But anyways, obviously that's not a huge deal. So right off the bat here, I'm going to go ahead and play as Mario in his America outfit, which I think is from like the cover of Mario Golf or something like that. That's at the request of Pad Warrior on NeoGaf. He said he wanted to see that outfit and a little bit of Black and Gold Mega Man, which is who I decided to select as the CPU here. Now, unlike my first session with the game, which you can still see in that old video, I only had about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less, to capture footage here, so I tried to sort of rush through it all, get what I needed and get out. So there's Black and Gold Mega Man. He's going to be the CPU. I set it to be about a 2-stock match, so it wouldn't take too long because I wanted to also take a look at some trophy stuff. But yeah, so here we are going to go take a look at the Omega version of the Mario Galaxy level, which is I love how detailed and how much visual depth there is to so many of these Omega stages. Like, I probably, if you didn't tell me, I probably could have played through this stage and never noticed that it is the dimensions of Final Destination, because it's so lively and there's so much going on. Midna's giving me a little bit of help there. But yeah, these are the two outfits, looking roughly like how they looked in the 3DS one, and maybe a little bit prettier. Yeah, here we go. I get a really, really generous kill here in a second. Oh, one thing to note here is that I am playing with the Wii U gamepad for the first time. They did have all the GameCube controllers there, but they handed me the gamepad, and that's what I used. I kept asking them. Literally nobody I spoke to at Nintendo had an answer, but there was someone on GAF was asking about the length of the controller wires, and none of them really knew. I kept bringing up the fact that the white controllers that were released a few years back had longer cables, and nobody really knew what I was talking about. They appear to be pretty generous. I have to imagine that they're a little longer, but again, like, no super clear answer. I don't know. I wish I knew. And so right here, what you're seeing is unlocking Falco. Obviously, there are 4 characters who are unlocked right off the bat from the 3DS game, but Falco, every time I've played Smash for Wii U, has been one of the first guys I've unlocked. It happened to me at the first event I went to. I unlocked him almost right away, and then here in this build, just after my first battle, I fought him. I'm jumping ahead here a little bit past some of the embarrassing stuff, and also because I want to get to everything I can in this video. But yeah, I love the unlock screen, like this, like that splash screen right there is great. It's still really exciting to me, like a decade later. And then the last thing I wanted to take a look at, because it's something I didn't really get to cover in my last video, is some of the trophies. I am really, really fond of all the trophy descriptions in Smash Brothers for 3DS. They're just really goofy and weird and have that like Nintendo Treehouse sense of humor. And you see that here, like Sahara is called a wandering sales camel, and then the other guy, weirdly, who I had was Lanky Kong, who I have a real personal affinity for Lanky Kong. I'll go into that later. It's not really neither here nor there right now. Really awful, humorous pun. They call him the comical Lanky, which I guess that's one way of looking at him. Please imagine, by the way, me sitting in a room full of Nintendo employees zooming in and out on Lanky Kong's face. One thing to note, though, about those trophies is that it's still, or in this game, it lists what game the trophy's from, which seems like a minor detail, but it's something that was not in the 3DS version. You would kind of get a background silhouette if they were from a character who's in the game. But yeah, I love that there's a trophy, by the way, for the Power Pellet from Pac-Man. I didn't end up unlocking it. I actually ran out of gold. I found out a little too late that I shouldn't maybe have spent all the gold in this session, but that's alright. Here's Blood Falcon, who has sort of a costume for Captain Falcon in Smash for Wii U, but it's not quite as detailed as you might want. But yeah, I wanted to really quickly move through some trophies and take a look at some of the descriptions, because that's something that I thought was great in the last game. And then another thing that is not in the 3DS version is this idea of, I think they're called shelves. I might be totally getting that wrong. I'll know here in a second. But the basically, you can, if you're like a sort of obsessively collective person, you can hit X to go to the trophy box and look at these sorted by shelves. And it's interesting. I don't know how they choose the 2 games to display the appears in thing here. They only pick 2. There's never more than 2. But yeah, like New Leaf. It might be the first appearance and most recent appearance, because it goes like Double Dash, then MK8. Yeah, that's what it looks like they're doing, but I haven't looked at enough trophies to really say. And if you want to pause this video and go read some of those descriptions, I definitely recommend it. I'm a big fan of the one for Rock Mario. But yeah, here's a look at some of the trophy boxes here. Some of them appear to have multiple pages, or a game might be split up in it. So like there's 6 exclusive to Galaxy 2. But yeah, so that was just a quick look at the trophies and stuff. Alright, I am completely out of time already, so I'm going to wrap this up. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I plan on doing a lot of videos on this Smash Brothers game. And yeah, so go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more from that. I'm not really good at this whole self-promotion thing. I'm new at this. But yeah, I'm going to start putting videos on this channel, so look forward to that. See you next time.